What is good, guys? Yugi here to bring you Shokugeki no Soma chapter 285 review. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. Everybody's home. It's Saturday. My window's open, so if you hear the interstate, I apologize. And let's get right into it. We get off with a cool color spread of Soma, Asahi, and Joishiro. Excuse me. Really cool. We get the revelation of Volume 31's cover, and it's basically just the back of Megumi and Soma. But we get into it, and as I thought from last week, it is going to be Soma presenting his last meal to the old dark chef who just passed, the really weird looking dude with hair. He begins to explain like, yeah, I've been doing this for years, now I can't do it anymore, so I'm dying soon kind of deal. And explains he's worked for all the gangsters and the mobsters that the dark chefs work for since the beginning. And basically Soma walks up to him and says, "Call it your last meal one more time, I dare you." And gives this big grandiose speech about I'll show you something that'll make you not want to be your last meal. And then he presents it, and he calls it Monaka question mark, which is basically a Japanese tea sweet, I believe. Serves it, and it comes to find out it is something that Soma has concocted. Of course, it is Yukihiro special menu number 44 for regulars only. And he basically says, "Eat up," and we see the old man become filled with vim and vigor. And it's mixed between akimon and monkfish liver. Probably butchered the pronunciation of all of that, and that's where it came up with the word akimonaka. I just think of Monaka from Dragon Ball Z every time I say that. But he begins to explain everything that went into it and how he made it, and gives a big speech on what do you mean last supper, what do you say, dark or light, I don't care, to all chefs, cooking is a vast limitless wasteland, you can explore it forever. What are you even going on about when you still have teeth like this? Even if you can't stand in the kitchen anymore, you have a limitless end of how many dishes you can try. And if you really get to the day that you know this is it, come to my restaurant. I will give you a meal fitting of a last supper. And Soma basically just blows a big puff out of his nose, because as we know, it very, very pisses off Soma when people disrespect food like this, or disrespect the chef like this. So he basically says that really will be your last supper, pulls the headband off, kind of just does his usual thing, and we get to see that he's not actually dying soon. He just can't stand anymore, or stand in the kitchen anymore. So basically his old boss says, "You've worked long for me, let us take care of you," kind of deal. Sits back down in the chair, pulls out the fake pistol and says, "First gate cleared, passed." And Soma says it wasn't much, but then the other dark chef we saw last chapter with the basically looks like Yu-Gi-Oh hair to me, or like Super Saiyan mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh hair, and he says the old man had a real pistol all along. And then we get the internal monologue of the old man that he intended after Blue to commit suicide, which is kind of dark for Shokugeki no Soma, but I think that's something that they're trying to put forth the seriousness of Blue, with the dude basically trying to make Eren forced to marry him. And now we have Soma and doing this, and that Soma's cooking was so good that he doesn't need to use it, and he won't be using it now. So at the very last page of the chapter, we get a shadowy figure. I'm assuming it's Asahi, but it might not be Asahi. There may be another guy in the shadows. It could be Arena's dad, because I don't think we're done with him yet. I really don't. We are not done with him yet. Dadgummit, Asahi. Not Asahi. I forgot his name already. He was completely a jerk, so no, never mind. Anyways, it's probably Asahi, but basically they're giving him the report that Soma has passed, as he should. The first seat of Tosuki should be taking Blue by storm. But overall, really cool chapter. I can't wait to see what happens next chapter. I kind of saw this stuff coming, but overall, I did not see the end part with the old man and the revolver coming. But thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yugi is signing out. Peace.